with David. Today, I will be discussing with you all a very important, I'll be sharing some important informations, and I believe it is going to help you guide, it's going to guide you on your remote journey. So if you're watching for the first time, my name is David again, and I've been working remotely for over 9 years as a virtual assistant, as a content writer, as a graphic designer, and I come with a lot of skill sets. However, bear in mind and also help you leverage on them. All right. So without further ado, let's kick it off. So let's move quickly. Okay, so this training, by the way, this training is powered by the virtual innovative. Okay, so without much ado, what is introduction to remote work? So pretty much remote work is basically every type of job you do from the comfort of anywhere, your home, your workspace, the beach, on a yacht, cruising in a flight, wherever, from the comfort of your home or in an office, in as much as you are leveraging on the online platform and you are rendering services or selling products online, you are working remotely. Let me just clear the air that way, right? So another thing that you would want to know is that another give me a moment. Okay, a moment. Just ensuring technicalities are up and running. Yep. All right. Okay. Just a moment, please. Just bear with us. Okay, so back to us, right? Who is remote work meant for? Remote work is meant for everybody. Let me start that way. Remote work is meant for everybody, in as much as whether you're a student or you're a fresh graduate or you're a stay-at-home parent or you are a job seeker or you are looking for side hustles or you're a freelancer, you have every right to work remotely, right? And one of the things that you don't need is that you don't technically, yes, need to be a tech guru to work remotely, right? You don't technically need to be a tech guru to work remotely. You can start with as basic as data entry. Data entry would involve imputing of data. I'm pretty sure that as we go on in the class, you would get to understand every of these various skill sets much better, right? Okay, so you don't need a university degree for most of the roles. I can assure you that I've trained pretty much over 50 students, and most of them were students while they were working from home or working from school, and they were earning in dollars, and creating a job opportunity for themselves. So you don't need to be a university graduate, or you don't need to be a degree holder before you work online, right? Um, Apologies again. So hopefully we will not be able to cut out this part. So just bear with us. Now, what you need is the right skill, tools, and strategy. You need skills, you need tools, and strategy. And one of the reasons why Remotely with David is coming up is so that you can be trained on different digital skill sets. I'm very sure a whole lot of us would know about some skills. However, you might not have a professional grasp of what this skill set really entails, or how it can earn money for you. And so we'll be delving into all of that, not also in this training and in further trainings to come. All right. So let's move on. Let's move on to the next. Let's move on to the next. Now we're going to be looking at an overview of high income remote skills, right? We'll be looking at high income. Oh, goodness. We're looking at high income remote skills. Just a moment, please. Okay. So sorry for the little break. Let's proceed. Sorry for the little break. So we want to look into skill areas and the roles that can be done remotely, right? Number one is admins and operations. Admin and operation, you can work as a virtual assistant or as a project manager. You can also work as an executive assistant. Now, every of these roles are remote roles, right? Another skill area is that of creatives. So for those that have beautiful imaginations, you can creatively draw, you can creatively put pictures or colors or designs together and make it look beautiful. You can function as a graphic designer. For those that have beautiful use of words, you can work as a content writer or as a sales copywriter or as a copywriter. Now, mind you, every of these skills in terms of creatives leads to marketing, but we'll get into that as we delve in this journey. So because I see it as a journey. Now, another area that we have is tech and marketing. And for tech and marketing, we have people that work as social media managers, and also digital marketers, email marketers, SEO specialist. SEO is search engine optimization specialist. and also um, social media marketers. There's difference between a social media manager and a social media marketer, and we will delve into all of this as we progress. There is also the support, the business support, that's the customer service, the sales rep, recruiters, HR assistants, and a whole lot of them. And we also have the data and strategy. That's those that delve in data entry, that delve in data analysis, that are researchers. These are skills that are high paying. You can look it up, you can check it online, search for the average salaries of any of these roles that I have mentioned. You would see that they are quite good roles. And before you start to say, oh, we are in Africa, I'm in Liberia, I'm in Nigeria, I'm in Ivory Coast, I'm in Sierra Leone, how I'm in Ghana, how do I get clients? We are going to delve into all of those things as we progress, right? So moving on real quick, and again, wherever the country you are, regardless of where you are, you can work and earn remotely. Now, these are some tools that you would likely come across based on you working remotely. Number one is Canva. Canva is basically used for designs, everything creatives, everything creatives. I recently realized that you could set up your portfolio website on Canva. I realized that quite a while ago. And then you can connect it to a hosting, to a domain, and then build your website, a no-code website from Canva. Pretty tech, right? But then you will get into it and realize that it is as easy as it comes. Okay, so okay, a moment, please. I cannot ignore this because it's me getting paid. Sorry, just a moment, please. Um, so Canva is one of the tools that you will be using for everything creatives and design. Next, we'll be moving into, okay, so I was just, okay, for my time. Okay. I, okay. So I shouldn't be saying this, but I'm actually having a conversation with my client and I'm about to get paid and all of those stuff. Okay. Yes, my hourly rate. Yes, hourly rate $25 per hour, and time used. Uh, mm, so, oh my goodness, why am I doing this on a very serious? I'm supposed to be serious with this introduction, but don't mind me. This is just me being me, right? But then again, for you to know it is real, I would I will possibly send screenshots. You would possibly see screenshots of payment process and all of those stuff when you join the community eventually, if you're going to join the community. So, anyways, the next one, Trello. Yeah, Trello is a project management platform, and basically you use it to track tasks. You use it to track tasks, and it's basically used for project managers makes use of it, as well as VAs, virtual assistants. You use it a whole lot when you need to track tasks, when you need to track a project, when you need to ensure, even when you're creating a course. Trello is versatile. And another alternative to Trello is Asana, right? Asana is another tool for project management. You will get into all of those things as we progress. Another thing is Zoom. Zoom is a platform for video conferencing. You would use that a lot when you are holding meetings, right? When you're holding meetings, you're going to use Zoom a lot. And when you want to have pre-recorded sections, when you want to book appointments with clients, you would use Zoom. Another alternative, a free alternative, Google Meet. You would also make use of Google Meet. You would also make use of Google Meet. So I'm not looking disorganized. I'm not looking disorientated. I'm just laughing. Pardon my laughter. Now, freelancing platforms that you would come across when you are working remotely. If you want to land jobs, I would give you platforms that you can use to land jobs. And I will show you how I land my own clients. All right. So number one platform you can land remote jobs is on Upwork. You can land jobs on Upwork. Basically, Upwork runs in this method. You register, you get verified. Upon verification, you are given a particular amount to bid for proposals. So they call it Connect, right? On Upwork, it is called Connect. So you use this Connect to bid for proposals. Now, because Upwork is very competitive, there are possibilities that you would come across spam job posts, and then you need to be very careful. In fact, you need a very steady training to be able to navigate Upwork properly. And we have that kind of training in our community. Now, another platform that you can also use is Fiverr. And in one of the videos that I have on this channel, it talks about how you can land remote jobs on Fiverr in less than a week. Excuse me, in less than a week. It is proven and it is tried, it's tested. It's something that you can do as well. Now, Fiverr on its own, instead of you bidding, you would create your gig, and depending on how SEO optimized, how search engine optimized your gig is, it will be shown to people that needs the job or that needs your services. Now, more also, there was a particular time when Fiverr introduced a position where you can also bid for jobs, but I think it is on a pause for now. I'm not so sure. It's been a while I used Fiverr. Then another platform you can also use is People Per Hour. People Per Hour has been amazing. I landed 2 clients from People Per Hour until I made a mess of it and I got banned from it. I'm saying my truth. So People Per Hour is also a good platform for you to land remote jobs. I think prior to the time I got banned, they kind of seem to be an increase in an increase in spam jobs, right? So you have to be careful about that as well. Another freelancing platform is Freelancers. Now, Freelancer is also a place where you can get remote jobs. Remote jobs are posted on a regular, and if you are outside the country, maybe if you're outside Africa or in the US, you would realize that a lot of people that have remote teams tend to favor Upwork and Fiverr to get their to get their team members, right? So these are good platforms where you can get remote gigs as a freelancer. Another platform where you can get remote jobs now, different from gigs, remote jobs now, where this freelancing platform that I mentioned earlier, you can get gigs that eventually turns out to become jobs, and it can put you in as independent contractors, or it can put you in, if you are in the country, it can put you as a full-time staff, right? Another now back to remote job boards. We work remotely. We work remotely, post on a daily um, remote jobs that you can do from anywhere globally. Another platform is Remote OK. Remote OK as well. You can get remote jobs on Remote OK. You can get remote jobs on Jobspresso. You can also get remote jobs on LinkedIn. I'm going to get into LinkedIn later on. Then you can get remote jobs on FlexJobs. FlexJobs is LEXJOBS. Now, unlike we work remotely, Remote OK, Jobspresso, unlike those three, FlexJobs actually posts vetted remote jobs. So you can hardly find a spam job on FlexJob. Now, while you can hardly find spam jobs on FlexJobs, you would need to either subscribe on a monthly or um, on a yearly to be able to access any of those jobs. All right. So let's move on. I wanted this to be a 45 minutes class, so that actually a 30 minutes class, so that you can you won't have an overload of information, right? Now, the last and the favorite one that I use is outreach opportunities. It's a medium where you are if you are confident, if you're confident about your skills to network with people, meet new people, and collaborate, just hey, how you doing, and you get to befriend people easily, like you're an extrovert, you easily speak your mind and you easily ask and you will receive. This kind of opportunity will be best for you because you will learn the art, either subtle, either passive, either aggressive act of outreach, of pitching yourself, right? Of pitching yourself. So number one is cold DMs on LinkedIn. You can on a random day, just if you're a graphic designer, you can on a random day go through a particular company's page, see that their design is not nice enough in your own spec, and you have some corrections, correct in love anyways, you have some corrections or feedback that you can give. What I would do in that scenario is I create a better design. I'm just giving you this for free. I create a design that is better, highlighting and correcting mistakes that their poster would have made. So, for example, I see a design that is not well arranged, and then I create a design that is perfectly arranged for that same company, and I send a cold DM to the CEO directly. LinkedIn is that beautiful. LinkedIn is that beautiful. I send a code DM to the CEO directly and like, hey, my name is David. I'm a graphic designer. I saw your post. I saw your post about this, and I love the write up. Justice to the write up if you have something like this, and I attach my own design to it. I also state that okay, it is not the one I saw is not well arranged. I can do this. You don't need to pitch your price. You don't need to pitch anything salesy. You get easily when anybody sees a design that is better than what they have, and maybe per chance they paid, let's say $20 or $50 for that particular design that is whack, and then you are coming in with a better design. Trust me, they are going to pull that design down and put your own on it. Yeah, it has worked for me. So it's something that you can easily try. So another opportunity or another place where you can do your outreach is on Facebook/Slack groups, Facebook/Slack channels. I delved into all of those things in others or other trainings that Remotely with David handles. Then another platform is also personal networks. You know how you can tell your friend that, oh, I'm looking for a job, in case if you help me find, recommend me, right? You can do that as well online. Just putting it this way, oh, I am I completed so project, and I am looking on to taking more opportunities or taking more challenges. You don't need to sound desperate, you don't need to sound salesy, even if you are desperate and salesy, or even if you are desperate and you need it now, you don't need to sound that way. Clients will, right? So personal networks also work as well. Now, this is a time for question and answers. You can send your questions to the community, because I believe once you watch the video, it takes you, you would have access to the company's email, so you can send your questions there. You can also send your questions to the community as well. And you can also reach out to me on my LinkedIn and ask me any question that you feel you need help with. Now, these are the stuff I would like to ask. Number one, what skill entices are you most excited about learning? Like, which of these skills are you most excited about learning? Is it virtual assistant? Is it data analyst? Is it automations? Just let me know, and let me know that. Also, can you do this? Yes. Without experience. Without experience, can you do this? Yes. Now, a little backstory to myself. When I started working remotely, I started as a researcher. I was just doing research assignments for people. It wasn't much. It was just basic 5K, 10K jobs. 10,000 naira. Yeah. That was way back 2000 and if I'm not wrong, that was way back 2014. Yeah, 2014. Right? No. It's way back. Yeah, 2014. Yeah, it's 2014. Yeah. So from there, I delved into content writing. I did content writing for a while. Now, I heard a friend of mine told me, oh, content writing doesn't make money as much as copywriting. I was like, okay, what is copywriting? They told me, okay, copywriting is the act of you writing stuff that will make people interested to buy. I said, hey, how do I learn it? My friend just gave me a course. I bought the course then, and then I learned it. I started doing copywriting. I was like, I didn't get clients. I'll be real. I didn't get clients as a copywriter. However, I got more clients as a content writer than a copywriter. So I just felt, let me just delve back into content writing. Then another friend of mine reached out. I was like, haven't you tried graphic design? You're very creative. Graphic design can bring money. I'm like, okay, how do I do it? Then what we're using there was Pixel. I didn't want to learn Adobe because I felt Adobe was stressful. CorelDRAW was stressful. I wanted something quick. So it was Pixel. I've forgotten which of them. Anyway, so I did that, and I'll do the design. I'll send it to my friends and to some colleagues then. And they'll be like, oh, this is nice. How much do you want to do my own for me? Do my own for me. And I was just collecting urgent 2K, 5K, and all. And then I delved into another friend reached out again. I was like, oh, David, try web designs. Web design is the big cash. I ran into a huge loss with web design, a story for another year. Anyways, from web design, I came back into helping with research work. Before you know it, I delved into working for companies in the US, basically just helping them to recruit. I took up recruiting courses, HR courses. Then I delved into virtual assistant, ALS came around. And then after I delved into virtual assistants, I realized that everything that I have been doing, sales, I did sales rep, I worked as an appointment setter, I worked as a cold caller. Yes, I did that as well. I worked as an email marketer, sending email, managing emails. I did that before I took assistant course. So when I took the virtual assistant course, I realized that I have actually gained every of the skills to be a virtual assistant. ALX, what's next? I already know what I needed to do. I did operations. I did operations to a degree. So I decided to just specialize. In specialization, I specialized, and we are where we are today. So looking at where I started with no experience, I didn't know Jack. If you go to my Medium account, my Medium page, Medium, Medium is a platform for content writers who post about their write-ups and stuff. In case you blog, you can do that, right? So I did that, right? I did that. Now, looking at my experience from way back then till now, I realized that while I did not have experience in every of those skills, what I did was I was learning. I was learning. I didn't have anybody putting me through. Where I needed to pay, I paid. Where I needed to grab for free and maximize, I did. And it brought me to where I am today. So you can start small, right? So I'll be introducing, instead of the 4 weeks foundation training, I am introducing the virtual assistant course. Now, the virtual assistant course is a full 2 months course, a full 8-week course that teaches you everything you need to know about being a virtual assistant, from training, from tools to skills to soft skills to approaching clients, to how you can land your own clients, to write-ups and code DM scripts. Everything you need is provided in that training, and the cost of that training is 20 USD, $20, and is also for in naira, I think that should be about 30,000 naira, right? For Liberian dollars, I think that should be about 4,000 Liberian dollars or so. I'm not sure. But anyways, it's an opportunity for me to walk you through every of the steps that I went through, every of the mistakes I made, every of the success I achieved, and how you can replicate it for yourself, right? Again, you don't need somebody will tell me, somebody is going to ask me, oh, I'm a Liberian, I speak Kolokwa, how am I going to communicate with clients? There are tools that you can easily use to correct grammatical blunders, and you don't necessarily need to write. That's the interesting truth. Even if you have to write, you have AI tools that can help and position you properly, right? What else? So if you are going to join in the course, please feel free to reach out to my DM, reach out to us in the community, and we'll love to help you. You would also gain access to replays. You'll gain access to our community, where you have private support. You have a full support that walks you through everything you need to know. How you will rebrand your LinkedIn profile, everything, I mean everything. So without wasting much of our time, I want to say thank you so much. And here are our partners. I want to say thank you to every of our partners. And we look forward to hearing from you. Do have a great day. Bye.